Just because school's out for the summer sure doesn't mean the learning has to stop.
We discovered this hidden gem right here in San Francisco, Corona Heights Park. It's fantastic.
Beautiful up here, and our next adventure takes us to another hidden gem. Everything you ever wanted to know about ancient Egypt. Get ready to head to San Jose and the Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum.
The Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum was founded in the early 20s. We started out a very small collection and we grew to the collection we have now. We are currently home to over 3,000 artifacts that we have on display, all of which are authentic, including 4 human mummies, lots of animal mummies, lots of artifacts from the daily lives of the Egyptians. We're actually the largest collection of authentic Egyptian pieces west of the Mississippi. And we're the only Egyptian museum that actually is housed in authentic Egyptian architecture as well. We have a huge garden. We take up essentially over an entire city block. We have the only authentic replica of an 18th century peace garden, along with lots of other statuary, including an obelisk, we have sphinxes, and some really beautiful gardens. And as you walk through the park, you're going to see, big white building. It looks very Egyptian with a row of ram sphinxes in the front. And when you come around the corner, you're going to see big gold doors, and that's the entrance to the museum. So when you walk into the museum, it might be a little dark at first. It's very, very dark for the artifacts. But once your eyes kind of adjust, you get to see, these beautiful artifacts. So our museum galleries are theme-based. They're not chronological. So it goes over main themes about the Egyptian culture. So when you come into the museum for a tour, we usually start upstairs in our Religion and Kingship gallery. We talk about Egypt as a whole, the Nile and its importance, and their ruler, the pharaoh. Then we'll move on upstairs to Gallery D, which is about pharaohs, gods, and goddesses. After that, we go to Gallery B, which is our daily life gallery, and that's a really good view of what the actual day-to-day Egyptians did. So you'll get to see things that they interacted with, like makeup, board games, and the Rosetta Stone, so a little bit about their language system. After that, we go to the Afterlife Gallery, where we get to see mummies and explain the mummification process. They remove the brain by inserting a metal rod up their nose, breaking through the ethmoid bone into the cranium. They then twirl the rod around. The grand finale of our tours is going through a replica tomb. We have an authentic replica of an ancient Egyptian tomb, and that's everybody's favorite part. This gentleman is our tomb owner himself, Khnum-Hotep. Basically, the ancient Egyptians believed that if you wrote it down, or if you drew a picture of it on the wall, it could magically become real in the afterlife. Do you all know what's in the fancy red jar? It's a specific organ. It's his heart, yes, someone said it.
It was awesome. I loved it. All those hieroglyphics and everything. Each gallery was perfect, and I was really interested.
I have an older daughter and a younger son, and I actually thought of maybe making a weekend trip up here to have them take a look at it.
My favorite part was when we got to see the decayed mummy, and it was without the wrappings and everything, and it was gross but really cool.
But my favorite part would have to be the mummies. You gotta love that, and the tomb, and just in general, just the seeing these famous names that you kind of have heard and putting it in a historic context. It was great.
It's a really great place to really get to know the Egyptians. People really enjoy the museum.
For info about the museum or events like the Junior Archaeologist Program, visit EgyptianMuseum.org.